for those of you guys that think that was clickbait, actually called a BW. I call it a beautiful weed. Make it blend, and there you go. Just gorgeous, man. Look at them. They'll come up and eat right out of my hand. Aloha, my ohana, and welcome back. You know, so there's been a little bit of a controversy on YouTube. While surfing on YouTube the other day, I noticed on Aquarium Co-op's community tab, they posted this. And so what caught my eye was the picture of the metallic gold barbs that they had. And then basically they were doing an article on like the top 10 fish that don't need a heater and are okay with just room temperature tanks. So as I started to read like the comment section, I noticed there was a couple of negative comments like this. And then after reading them, I felt like, you know what? I have those outside, and they've been outside for about a year. Those of you guys that think that was clickbait, like a lot of you guys were saying down in the comment section, it's not clickbait. I've had these, and I'll show you the temperature in my outdoor water feature right here. Now, those of you guys that don't know about my outdoor water feature, I actually converted it into a tank down here. This is basin. At the bottom is 50 gallons. And I have some lionhead goldfish and metallic gold barbs. So let me show you guys, as you see them swimming down there, you can see them. We'll get a little closer look on them and I'll talk a little bit about them. Okay, so here they are. And as you can see, my metallic gold barbs. These are the ones that are in that picture. And a lot of you guys were saying that is clickbait. They're so used to me, I can stick my hand in here because I normally hand feed these guys. But I wanted to actually just catch one of these guys and show you. Okay, here we go. So this is a metallic gold barb. Look how beautiful he or she is. The orange tail, the dorsal fin orange, metallic gold with the black. I mean, just gorgeous, man. Look at them. Okay, so when you guys say that this is clickbait, it's definitely not clickbait. All right, I've had these metallic barbs out here, gosh, for about a year. And they're growing, they're doing fine. No signs of, you know, breeding yet, but there's a bunch of hides down in this water basin here. I got rocks and, you know, some fake plants in here. Here we go. I basically just feed them flakes, and occasionally I'll throw some goldfish pellets, but they'll seriously just eat it right out of my hands, as you can see. And this is how I feed them, pretty much every other day. There's a bunch of algae in here too as well for them to like snack on and munch on, but for the most part, this is pretty much how I feed them. That's why they're so, you know, used to me. They're not skittish and scared. They were, though, at one point they were very scared, but they're definitely used to me now, as well as the goldfish too. So they'll just pretty much eat these flakes right off my hand, or if I throw some pellets in there, they'll eat that too as well. All right, let me get the temperature gauge and I'll show you exactly how cold this water is. This is outside and we are looking at, if you can see it, just above 60 degrees. So it looks like it's about 63, 60, 62, 63 degrees, all right? So I'll put that back in there. Anyways, I've had these guys in here for over a year, so they've been through a whole season. Now, I did add them during the summertime when the water was a lot warmer. Now, as you can see, I do have a heater in here, which is a 200-watt heater. And this basin is a 50-gallon basin. But not only that, though, it is outside. So as you can see, the water up top here is exposed, right, to the cold air. And it just trickles over the side down into the basin, as you can see it. So it is exposed to cold weather. Now, it has gotten as cold as in the 30s and high 40s here in Sacramento, especially outside. These beautiful tropical metallic barbs, gold barbs, have been out here in my outdoor water feature for over a year. And they've gotten big since I got them. I actually did a whole video on them, and I'll leave it down in the description below. And maybe I'll put it in the comment box and pin it for you guys too as well, so you can see that. I wouldn't recommend having them outside like in a pond without a heater, just to give them some comfort, right? Because this cycled water is going to get cold and drop back down into the basin, and it's really, I want to say, it's not consistent, you know? So, you know, as far as the temperature goes, and as far as that post goes for Aquarium Co-op, some of you guys that are saying or claiming that it's clickbait, it's definitely not, because as you can see, this is my outdoor water feature. It is definitely outside in my front yard. Metallic gold barbs can actually be in a tank in the house, especially at room temperature with no heater. Beautiful fish too. Look how gorgeous they are. So just to give you guys a heads up. So basically I'm just pretty much trying to debunk what people are trying to say is clickbait. Those fish, metallic gold barbs, are actually okay being outdoor in colder water. As you can see, it was just over 60 degrees, and that temperature drops down during the night, just so you guys know. I do have a heater in there, like I said, but it still doesn't make it 70 or 75 degrees. It's definitely in the 60s to 50s and sometimes high 40s. So just an FYI. So now let's head out to the backyard. A couple of you guys were asking how Tiki Falls is doing and wanted an update. Well, I guess it's about that time to show you guys what I have to do in the springtime once the weather starts to warm up. Let me show you guys what's going on with Tiki Falls. So if you look really good, you can see that green hair string algae that's growing in Tiki Falls. It happens every spring, and I'm going to show you guys what I do to remove it and make Tiki Falls look good. As you can see, it's even growing on this side of the falls too as well. Yep. And you can see it running up through this side. So we're basically just going to grab, it's really easy to remove green string hair algae. You just grab it like, it's almost like a spider web. And it just comes out between all the cracks, crevices. You can see how it just runs all the way down. Look at that. Just reel it in. Reeling it in. Yeah. Big handful. Throw it right over here. Grab some more. It just peels right off. Now, this isn't a bad thing. If you have green string hair algae growing in your pond, it's extremely healthy. That means your pond's ecosystem is on point. Look at that, big clumps. You just go in there and remove it with your hands. It just all comes out like a net. You can see it just runs all the way down. And it's not really hard. It's almost therapeutic to remove it. Look at that, big clumps. Get the one that's hanging off the waterfall. Look at that. Nasty. It's so satisfying to see it removed. Now we got to do the other side of the falls here. Look at this. Ugh. We're going to start with this clump right here. Look at that. Some more. Get this one. Running off the side of the waterfall. Look at that. Hit it. Yeah. Look at this one. Ugh. Look at that. This one's satisfying right here. Some more hair algae. Look at that. All right, now that we got our springtime algae all cleaned up, let me show you guys what's inside the filter box, or this filter waterfall that I have. So basically it's a waterfall spillway that I converted into a filter. So let me lift this rock up, which I just used to make it blend, and there you go. It's basically it. Pretty simple, you know. You can see this filter pad here. Definitely needs to be changed out, but I got my bag of media that just sits on top of it. And there's a sponge underneath this as well. So sponge, filter floss, and then we have our bag of media. The water just goes out and then down into Tiki Falls. Yeah, that's pretty much how this filter works. And then I have one right there as well. Exact same thing. I got the rocks there just to kind of help it blend with the scape, as you can see. And that's basically all it is. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Tell me you guys want to see a video on how I set up a filter project for my pond. So if you guys ever wanted to do a pond, you guys can do this setup, and it's really inexpensive. All right, let me just cover it back up. Rock here, and it blends right in with the scape. Now I know these guys are pretty hungry. As you can see, I'm standing here and they're all waiting to be fed. So let's go ahead and feed these guys. All right, let's start off with some flake food. These guys are definitely not scared. They'll come up and eat right out of my hand. Especially some of the OG fish. As you can see, some of the koi, some of the shibukin goldfish. And then you can see right there, butterfly coming right up to my hand. Orandas, here comes the black oranda. I just shoved the food right in his mouth, right in his face. And then all the other like white cloud minnows that I have in here, there's about 30 of them schooling. They'll come in and eat some of this flake food. But go ahead and let them eat that for a little bit, and then I'll throw in some pellets. Now the pellets are for majority the koi, and then some of the goldfish can actually eat these pellets too as well. But once in a blue moon, when they're really desperate, they'll come up and eat these pellets out of my hand. There they are, as you can see, big mama right there. There's a really good view at them all, swimming around. They're all doing great. Oh, there's the black koi. You can see the black koi right there swimming off. And here's the koi right here, Angel, that I rescued. He's swimming off there. All the algae from the pond is all gone. Everything's flowing, looking nice. And if you guys are wondering what this tree is, it's actually called a BW. I call it a beautiful weed. It just grew out of nowhere. It somehow sprouted through and is now growing into this nice little bush. I just left it there. Haven't trimmed it or anything, but there's these really cool pink flowers. If you can look really good at the tips, these little pink flowers grow on it. Have no idea what type of plant that is or a weed. And then of course, if you can see these plants here, I don't know exactly the name of them. There's just like a runner type plant. So I just planted it there, and as you can see, it's starting to run everywhere and up here too as well. Kind of softens the edges with the rock, so it's not just all rock. Sorry for the basketball noise in the background. That's a junior Hawaiian fish keeper over there working on his game. But other than that though, guys, yeah, these guys are all doing good. So if you guys have any questions on Tiki Falls, please feel free to leave a comment down below. If you guys don't know, if you guys are new to my channel, I built Tiki Falls from scratch. I'll leave the playlist of Tiki Falls down in the description below, and I'll even pin it in the comment section, okay? So if you guys want to go back and see how I built it and, you know, the process, it's pretty fun, and I still have more to build. We're going to add on to this pond. Other than that, though, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the Hawaiian Fish Keeper, hit that subscribe button for me, please. It's free. And not only that, though, turn on that notification bell. Just go ahead and click it. It's just going to notify you when I put out a new video. Don't forget to like and share this video, too. Try to spread that aloha spirit, and I'll talk to you guys real soon. Good health to you all. Remember, happy fish, happy life. Much love and aloha. Hana Hui A Maui.